What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy, Dev. Welcome back to Building Wealth with Dev. Now, guys, today I wanted to make a video, 3 signs you are doing well financially. Number 1. So the first sign that you're doing well financially, guys, I would say would have to be you can pay all your bills on time. Now, I know that sounds very elementary. But, guys, I'm telling you, it's not very common, guys. In the financial world, guys, it's not very common that everyone out here is paying their bills on time. Guys, I own a lot of rental properties, and with those rental properties, I get to realize when I receive the rent if people are paying their bills on time or if they're late. And more times than not, guys, a lot of my tenants are late on the rent. Now, not all, thank God, because if everybody was late on the rent, oh my gosh, like I don't think I would want to own properties, because every month I would have to front my own money to make the mortgage payments every single month. But I realized that a lot of times my tenants are paying late, some later than others. And it's very uncomfortable because for me and my wife, we have to decide, okay, is this something that we want to continue dealing with? Or at the end of this tenant's lease term, do we really want to deal with this anymore? Or do we want to try to find a tenant who can afford to pay their bills on time? So the first sign that you're doing well financially is you're able to pay all the bills that you have on time. Now, guys, it's not an income type of thing when it comes to this, because I know a lot of people get into a lot of money, but they're also getting into a lot of bills. They go out and over leverage themselves with these crazy expensive cars, guys. They're buying $70,000, $80,000 vehicles. Like, who do you think you are, man? Like seriously, $70,000, $80,000 vehicle. You ain't there yet, cat. You ain't there yet, right? So, number 1, you over leveraging yourself, right? They got these big houses that are crazy. Like, we have to chill. We have to realize that, okay, even though we're getting to a good amount of money, we have to walk before we run. We have to invest that money. We got to put that money to work so that it can turn into more money. We can't just spend the money that we're making, right? So, number 1, you can pay all your bills on time. The second sign that you're doing well financially is you don't have a lot of consumer debt. Consumer debt consists of quite a few things. You got credit cards. Moment of silence. You got student loans. Longer moment of silence. You got personal loans. Ain't no good, y'all. Those are the 3 killers, guys. Car loans, a lot of people where they fall a victim to car loans is they go out and buy these cars that lose a ton of value and they end up in a lot of negative equity. If you can stay out of the negative equity situation, I really don't mind the car debt as long as you can afford it and as long as the car isn't negative. Because how I feel about my personal car, as you guys know, I just bought a 2023 Subaru WRX and I'm not in any sort of negative equity. If I don't want the car anymore, I trade it in, they cut me a check for the difference, and I move on with my life. Yes, I have a very small payment on that car. I spend $310 a month on that vehicle, but that payment isn't really sweating me, right? My wife and I, we have a very high income, and $300 a month is not putting a dent in it at all. Now, if you're making $1,500 a month and you're spending $300 a month on a car, you're kind of rocking that boat a little bit. But with my wife and I's income, $300 a month, I'm not, trying to sign any type of way, but it's not really a big deal, right? And we're blessed, right? But we've worked hard to be put in that situation, right? God has been good. He's blessed us. But in your situation, you know what I'm saying? Be careful. Be easy on that negative equity on them vehicles, because that's just stupid. Like, to be in a negative equity, that's just not a smart position to be in, and it just doesn't make sense. So stay out of negative equity. But where you really got to stay out of is these credit cards. Guys, the interest rates are crazy. They're over 20% right now. Y'all, that is mind-boggling. It will take forever to pay off $10,000 if you are only making the small minimum payment. You know that's probably what you're making, man. It's just crazy. So stay out of credit cards, student loans. You got to stay out of them. You got to stay out of them, guys. They are a trap. There is nothing wrong with going to a good university and getting a good education, but student loans are a no, guys. You have to stay out of that debt, because guess what? You can't take that credit card and student loan debt and just say, you know what? I don't want it no more. If I don't want my car no more, guess what? I take it to another dealer. I trade it in. They cut me a check. I move on with my life. I'm out of car loan debt, right? Hooray, right? Celebration. But student loan debt, credit card debt, I can't take that nowhere, right? I can't take that nowhere, y'all. Like, nobody wants it. Nobody wants that debt. I can't take it anywhere. I can't get rid of it. I have to pay it off over the long term. And guys, that's not good. Personal loans, same situation. So the second sign you are doing well financially is you don't have a lot of consumer debt. You stay away from credit cards, student loans, and personal loans, right? Number 3, the third sign that you are doing well financially. Now, y'all know what channel this is. This is Building Wealth with Dev. The third sign you're doing well financially is you are investing. Guys, you have money working for you. You are no longer in that cycle of literally hopping on that hamster wheel and doing the same thing month over month, year over year. You're not wasting your life away, guys, financially. You are putting money aside every single month, right? You're getting money, right? Via income. You're working hard at your job, or you have a business, you're self-employed, whatever the case. You're making money. You're not spending all your money, right? You're making this amount. You're spending this amount. And this gap here, you're saving it so that you can then invest it, guys. The third sign you're doing well financially is you are investing. You are putting your money to work such that your money is going to grow. And one day you're going to have this crazy nest egg. Whether that be 5 paid off properties maybe one day. Maybe that be a couple $1,000,000 in a Roth IRA or a 401k. I don't know what it looks like in your situation. But the third sign that you're doing well financially is you are taking some of the money that you're making and you're putting it to work. Now, I don't want you to think that a little bit amount of money can't turn into much, because you can invest $100 a month over a 40-year period and potentially turn that into $1 million or close to it at least, guys. But a lot of times we looking out here on Instagram, on Facebook, at what our friends or family are doing, and everybody out here rich on social media. I hate it. It's sickening, guys. Everybody is rich on social media. It's wild. And we get discouraged and we like, you know what? Instead of investing $100, $200, $300 a month into my Roth IRA or my company 401k or into saving up for my first property, I'm just going to go out here and spend this extra money on a car, on a fancier apartment, on a vacation, so that I can look rich like everybody on my timeline. And that is how we end up broke, y'all. That's what they don't want us to know. We end up broke because we trying to keep up with people on social media that are faking it, y'all. Fake rich. It is a whole thing. And there are so many fake rich people out there. And I don't want you to be one of them. So, how do you do well financially, guys? You want to be able to pay all your bills. If you can pay all your bills, that's step 1. You're doing well. If you can figure out how to pay all your bills, that means you're not over leveraged. You're spending the right amount of money, right? You may not have that big gap of savings yet such that you can turn around and invest that extra money, but at least you can handle your responsibilities. A lot of people can't, guys. People late on their rent every single month. People late on their car payment every single month. People ain't paying the student loans, letting that interest just tack up. People ain't paying them credit cards. Credit just tanking. But you can pay all your bills. That's step 1. Step 2, guys, is you keeping that debt low. You're not going into more credit card debt. If you can't afford to go on a vacation, you're not going to go. You're not going to be like your cousin or your friends and them that know they ain't got no money, but going to put it on a credit card. Why? Life is short. I want to have a good time. Look, I get that. I want to have a good time too. But I'm going to have a good time without going into debt that's going to cost me 20% interest, y'all. 20%? Come on, man. That don't make no sense. It makes no sense. So the second sign you're doing well financially is you're staying out of that bad consumer debt. You are staying away from negative equity in vehicles, right? You are staying away from credit cards, student loans, and personal loans. Number 3, the third sign that you are doing well financially is you are investing. You are putting something aside for your future. You care about your future. You're not like everybody out here on social media faking it, y'all. What's the point in faking it? I really want to travel and come home with no bad debt from that trip, right? I don't want to go on a vacation and know that I got to come home to paying off this credit card, 20% interest. Now I'm stressed out. The vibes of the vacation are over. You don't want that. You want to do things the right way. And doing things the right way is you want to be investing, guys. You got to be putting that money to work every single month. If you don't know our journey, My wife and I, we started our real estate investing journey 5 years ago, and we bought our first house. It's a small little crib, small city here in Ohio, and that's what we did, y'all. We bought our first house. Then we bought another property a year later. Then we bought another property a year later, and we just kept buying them, y'all. We got 9 properties, y'all. 9 assets. Assets, things that's putting money in our pocket every single month. All because we decided we wasn't gonna be like everybody on the timeline, spending all the money they had, trying to look rich. Y'all, we wanted to actually be rich. That was the goal, and that's what we did. And we didn't stop there, y'all. We got money going in the stock market. We having fun, y'all. We living, we enjoying investing, because once you start seeing that money work, come on, man. You want to see it do that over and over and over and over again, y'all. It gets fun. It's like a game. What can the numbers get to? But you can't do that if you out here trying to keep up with everybody else. So again, the 3 signs that you're doing well financially: you can pay all your bills on time, you keeping that consumer debt out of here, man. Get that out of my face. I don't want to see that. Get that out of here. And number 3, you're investing. I want to thank you so much for tuning into this video. I really appreciate your support on this channel, Building Wealth with Dev. And I want you to always remember this: when God is in it, there is no limit. Your dream life is really out there. You just gotta find a way to go get it. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.